Hey farm members, tonight I am so excited to talk to you more about the green smoothie. So for those of you who have never heard of the green smoothie or are just learning, what makes a green smoothie green and not any other kind of smoothie? So a green smoothie is usually made up of 50% of leafy greens. Spinach, kale, let me look at my notes here. Oh, beet greens is another one that we use. Then the rest of it is fruit. We always use part of a banana or avocado along with our other fruit in order to provide thickness. And, okay, yeah, so your greens, your fruit, and then your liquid. We always use water for a green smoothie, but I do know some people use almond milk or coconut water. You generally, for what I've read and looked at, you don't want to use a dairy product in your green smoothie. So you want the fruit, the vegetable, and the water. And sometimes people throw in some nuts too, or chia seeds, things like that. Okay, so that is what goes into a green smoothie. Now I want to tell you a little bit about my journey where I learned about green smoothies in the first place. So 4 or 5 years ago, my in-laws introduced Dan and me to the green smoothie. They were battling some health issues and just overhauled their diet. And one of the essentials in there was eating lots of fruits and vegetables. And a way to do that was through a green smoothie. So they introduced me to the author and I guess she's a blogger too, Victoria Botenko of the Raw family. And I started reading her books. So let me see. Her books, I'm just gonna scroll down here. Her books, Smoothie Revolution and Green for Life, and I will post links to those in the comments, were the books that I read. And there she explains all of the science behind green smoothie, like biology, what it does to your body. And then she gives a bunch of recipes, and she talks about her own health journey. So the reason I actually started drinking green smoothies was because I was having terrible allergies, sinus and respiratory. And this, like I said, was 4 to 5 years ago. I had considered cutting out gluten and tried it, but I just loved the pastries and the donuts and all that good stuff way too much, so I wasn't doing it. I was still just sneezing. I didn't want to admit that I could have a gluten issue. So what I started doing was drinking these green smoothies. When I started, I drank 2 quarts a day. 2 of these suckers a day I drank, and it's kind of hard to believe I had room for other things, but I kept eating the pastries too. Thanks, Asher. Anyway, Asher, hold on, buddy. You're gonna get to help me soon. So that did help alleviate some of my symptoms, but eventually, once I cut out gluten, very consistently cut out gluten, I was able to go down to like a pint 2 or 3 times a week. I don't drink green smoothies now because I have to for my health. I drink them because I actually enjoy them. So that's a little bit of my green smoothie journey. The other thing I wanted to talk about for green smoothies is that they are a great exit strategy. And by that I mean, when I say exit strategy, I'm talking about using up the produce that really needs to be used. You know, it's been in your fridge for a couple weeks or longer, and you got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing it out. So when I make my green smoothies, I used to use recipes, but now I just take whatever greens need to be used, whatever fruit fragments ended up in the fridge from various like half-eaten things from the kids, or Dan. Sorry, he's over there so he could hear me. Anyway, so that's why this is called an exit strategy too, because you are using those veggies, using those fruits before they go bad. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little demo because I wanna show you my Vitamix. This is another thing I wanna quick talk about. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about how a high-speed blender is such a great tool for making the green smoothie. You could make these in a regular blender, but you will not have a smooth, texture, palatable, delicious.
It'll be gross.
Smoothie. And what we want is something that you really enjoy drinking. So we have the Vitamix, but and this is more expensive, but we started with the NutriBullet, which I think was like $60 on Amazon. And we used it so much that within a year we burned out the motor. So we eventually upgraded. Okay, so Vitamix, smoothie making. For this, I actually went and found a recipe from Victoria Botenka's website. And this is called Every Child's Favorite. So we'll see if it's true, because I have some testers here. You're going to get their immediate reactions. Okay, who wants to help me make this? Okay, Harper. So in a Vitamix, you start with the water. You always start with your liquid. So Harper, can you dump the water in, please? I've got 2 cups of water. Oh, Ari, settle down. Settle down. All right. Next, you put in your refrigerated raw ingredients. Okay, so Asher's going to put in our 3 cups of spinach. Perkins Good Farm spinach. Ari, try and settle down a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Asher. Can you get that last leaf in, buddy? All right. Then we're going to put in our banana. Ari's job. Ari, I have a little stool here for you. Okay. Drop in the banana.
Oh,
Be careful with the word throw. And then Harper's going to do our last ingredient, which is the frozen strawberries, which apparently everyone is now sampling. Okay, everyone take one.
Oh, can I take one?
Uh-huh. All right, so here comes our frozen ingredient. And there we go. Pretty simple. We've got...
Can I push it?
We will get to take turns or something. We've got 4 ingredients in here. Now we're going to put it on our, let's see, I don't know if you can see the handles here for those who are, okay. So with the Vitamix, you turn it on. And then, here, I'm actually going to do this part, okay, Asher? Thank you. And then you always keep it on 1 when you're starting it. We're turning it up. We're going to turn it all the way up to 10. Flip it to high.
Brown.
All right.
That is brown.
Did you do that long enough?
I didn't really do it long enough, but I do have one child sleeping, and she doesn't feel the greatest. So
You're supposed to do it for 30 seconds.
you are supposed to do it longer, but as I was doing it, I was like, what if she wakes up? So I cut it short. Okay. All right. So you're right, Asher. This isn't as bright green as our lunchtime smoothie, but
If you put blueberries, it will be bright blue. A little more
I think
appetizing.
it's more like brownish. Don't you?
pretty brown.
Bonus.
All right. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, I'll tell you that in a second. I want to tell you about a smoothie my parents brought over today.
Hold on, Ari.
Mmm.
Does it taste good?
Okay, everyone, be patient. Oh, that was a little full. Oops.
Have some more.
You can.
Now I'm a little more hardcore. Imagine that. That you can actually make them savory types with parsley and other stuff. So if you really get into it, you can go that route, but it's not for the faint of heart.
But my parents brought over.
Nappy.
My parents brought over a smoothie that was made with carrot tops, as only green. And I know I told a few of you that's not our favorite way to do it, but it actually was good. It wasn't as smooth of a texture. I know, there's some in the fridge. You can try it. Ari, you're done talking now. So, in a minute, I'll get you some more. So,
Did you hear that? Can I have some more?
So if you guys have questions about the green smoothie, okay, Ari, can you step away for a second, please? Thank you. If you have questions about the green smoothie, or if you have ideas for a green smoothie, I would love to hear both. And I will check back on this video later for any questions you might have. My challenge to you guys is throughout the next week, throughout the rest of the CSA, post your smoothie ideas. If you come across one that is just so delicious, let us know. If you come across one that you think is really not so great, let Dan know, because he'll probably still drink it.
Oh, and we have plenty of pick your own kale if you want to make
That's
stuff
true.
in volume. It's always there. Swiss chard you can use. We have some of that. Pick your own next week, but that's particularly earthy flavored.
And there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you Monday.